Have you ever watched an animated movie and wondered how the professionals make it look so effortless? Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at the Super Mario Bros. Trailer to find out exactly how the pros do it. Let's get started. First up, we have this great example of composition here. Can you see how Donkey Kong's arms perfectly frame up the shot? And look at the way the camera is placed on the bridge. These lines across the bridge perfectly frame up Mario. And that brings us to this next shot of Mario as he perfectly winds up for his anticipation. Now there's a nice anticipation hold here. You can see the arcs in this shot. Watch the nose, the hands, the hips. They're all moving in arcs and they're all easing in. This is a really nice silhouette of Donkey Kong here. You can see each limb is visible even though the camera is at a side angle. Now a common mistake with side-on cameras is that each limb tends to get lost, which makes the pose extremely hard to read. However, in this example it's perfectly clear. Look at that silhouette. And then again, a nice bit of follow through with Mario's actions as his head is just squashed straight into Donkey Kong's hand. Another great example of squash here is Mario's head is slammed into the ground. It's so nice. Now look at these smears as Donkey Kong winds up to smash Mario right in the face. It really sells the impact and lets you know that these hits are hard. Following up from that, we get this point of view shot where the camera is following Donkey Kong's hands as Mario gets repeatedly slapped. Notice how each hit is slightly different with the left hit, the right hit, the uppercut and the chest slam. These actions add a lot more interest into the shot instead of just repeating the same action again and again. This goes for the reactions too, and look at the last shot of the attack. Mario's head pushes itself so far forward. It's a really nice and impactful way to end a cool set of shots. And we've got 3 different character reactions here. We have Toad with his hands up, almost to say, "Not me, stay away from me." And then we've got Peach with her hands over her heart, as if to show she's got a bit more empathy for Mario. And then we've got Cranky over here. He really doesn't care. In fact, he's actually happy to see this happen. This nice ease in of Luigi is in stark contrast to what we have with Mario. And there's some subtle overlap with his head and feet, just as he enters his rest pose. We've got simple versus complex in his silhouette here, which really makes this pose pop. We've got a similar situation here with this pose as it's side on. You can see the limb in the background slightly pushing forward to really add that finesse to the pose. Now we've got this really complex shot with a lot going on, but compositionally, it actually guides the viewer into where we're supposed to look. It starts off with these bats flying in from right to left, and the viewer's eyes follow it straight through. Then in the center of the screen, we've got these 2 Koopa Troopers that draw the eye in. Just off to the right of that, we've got these Tower of Goombas about to fall, which further brings our focus into these Koopa Troopers here. And then just as the shot's about to end, we've got this Piranha Plant snapping right in just off to the right of the screen. It's a really busy shot, but compositionally, we've got the right things to look at the right time. Now this shot of these Koopa Troopers has a really busy background, but you can see there's some subtle rim lighting on the edge of this character that really makes him pop from the background. And not only that, we've got these compositional lines that guide the viewer's attention right to this hero character. Now we've got this next shot of Luigi and Bowser, and you can see that Luigi and Bowser's hand are placed right on the rule of thirds line in this shot. Compositionally, it's really great. And we've got Bowser's finger and thumb just pointing towards Luigi's face, as if we didn't know where else to look. Now we've got this establishing shot of Mushroom Kingdom. You can see the mushrooms in the foreground perfectly frame the castle in the background. And even in the sky, the clouds are pushed towards the extremes, leaving a perfectly blank slate in the middle to showcase the castle. And we've even got a subtle rainbow. I'm not sure if you can see it from this video, but if you take a look in the trailer, you can definitely see it. Now we've got this shot of Peach and Toad, and look at this spin. It's so nice. Even though it looks so effortless, we still have a subtle movement in the hips and head just as Peach grabs that heavy axe, and then slowly back to a more neutral pose. And again, it's mirrored with Toad. Look at that, so cute. These next shots of Mario are great. Look at this smear that's about to come up. Over 2 or 3 frames, you zoom straight across the scene and look how big that last smear is. So much energy. Again, in the next shot, we've got the follow through of his hat going straight onto the floor, and Mario's body just curves right over Bullet Bill. Such a nice pose of the character, really showing how much force that he's going through. This is a great example of a character jump. You can see this posing here and the jump. It's so much more interesting than just a jump over a space. And again, his body moves in arcs, slowly settling, and then, yay, excited pose at the end. And just after he falls, his legs go first, then his body, arms, and hat drag slowly behind. This next shot of this fish, look at that squash and stretch. So much impact into Mario's face. Into this next shot, you can see the curvature of Mario. He's curved one way, and as soon as the fish is pulled from his face, he instantly curved the opposite over one frame. This opposing action really emphasizes the speed of the action, and the smear on the fish and just in Mario's face there really pushes that. Now we've got this shot of Luigi as he's frantically swimming to try and catch Mario. Look at this. Look at the wide swings that he's making and the smears in the screen. It really shows how frantic he's moving, and it's in stark contrast to the way Mario is moving. Very confident swimming motion, no smears, very deliberate action. Got some nice squash and stretch here as he bounces across Rainbow Road. But look at the action. He goes from left to right and back to left again, and he zigzags all over the place. It's this kind of interesting action that really pushes a simple shot like this. This is a great way to really push your animations from boring shots to really dynamic pieces of animation. Similar thing in this next shot. We've got some squash and a slight anticipation as he jumps up forwards, a little bit of stretch on the apex of that, and then back down and does a nice cool little emote. Now notice that his whole body is turned to face the camera. It's so clear and easy to read. If he was to say facing forward, it would have been extremely hard to see this, but adding this little detail really makes this shot pop. And that's it. If you spotted something that I didn't mention, please leave it in the comments below. And if you like the video, give it a like and share it with your friends. If you want to continue to see content like this, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.